Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! Let the Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're going to get the Coppins. Hey, yo, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Wednesday night edition of the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Once again, Matt Riddle free for another 7 days. It's good to see everybody here. And tonight is the last Dynamite in Philadelphia for this run here of 3 weeks. We got tonight's broadcast. We got Saturdays for Collision, which I think is going to be an absolute banger. But tonight's card, it is absolutely amazing. And with all the great news that's going down tonight, we even got some breaking news that just dropped via the socials. Lacey Lane, formerly known in WWE as Kaden Carter, worked the ROH tapings tonight. So maybe there's a chance. You know, there's always that opportunity for new people to get new opportunities in new places, which is always a great thing here. But I hope everybody's doing well. I'll be honest, personally, I'm a little all over the place here tonight. Normally, I have the day off, so I can just relax, get some stuff worked on, and try to get everything ready to go for the stream tonight. Unfortunately, they need me for an extra day of work today, so yeah, I was running around work, trying to get done as soon as I can, so I get home, wolf some food down, and get us in here ready for the show tonight. I'm very thankful for my job, but I'm also, very, very, very thankful to be here with all of you guys. But yeah, literally just an hour ago, TK once again drops another 2 hours before the show match. So we are going to get Brodito and the Ops versus the Death Riders and the Young Bucks in a $500,000 challenge. Now, if the Bucks lose this match, are they just going to go bankrupt at this point? I see they got a new Gummy Bears t-shirt available on Pro Wrestling Tees that just came out, which I think is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, you wonder when the Bucks money's going to start running out on some of this stuff. So, but then also, we have 2 women's matches on Dynamite tonight, which, let's be honest, it doesn't happen a lot, and we hope it would happen a lot more. But we're getting Emi Sakura and Mercedes Moné taking up the team of Rio and Alex Windsor, which I got a feeling Rio's going to pin Sakura this just to set up for the pay-per-view next week. You got to give Rio a couple wins here before we get her into the title match. Because everybody's just like, all right, you showed up. You get a title match? Cool. Maybe everybody should just do that. Just show up after a long break and just get a title match. Not saying anything about Britt Baker at this point. So we'll leave it there. And then we're also getting the Queen of the Street Fight, Sky Blue, in a Philadelphia street fight against Toni Storm. And Sky Blue has been absolutely amazing at these matches. And I really wonder what they're going to bring to the table in Philadelphia. Because, ECW country is what the 2300 Arena is. And they are going to demand you to bring it. So yeah, it is going to be a lot of fun tonight. And then also we get Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin, which, let's just, how do I say this? Please, sir, can I have some more? These are just the humdinger matches that you want to have. Statlander's teasing a special announcement to come up tomorrow for her. I'm assuming it's another promotion she's doing, or I'm not 100% sure, but No, I think overall tonight we're just gonna have an absolute humdinger of a time. And with all the news coming down today, like let's face it, the tribalism's gonna be shot up to about 6,000 right now. And I'm not gonna kid you. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be checking out AEW over here the next few weeks. I know the viewership last week was absolutely rough, but a lot of people just aren't remembering that, it is that time of year where kids are going back to school, families are getting their winter schedules put together. People sometimes don't have the free time to watch wrestling live. Like, it is that first week back, and it's just sort of just trying to get your brain put together in the right order here. And with all due respect, wrestling, should come in like a third or fourth place in that case. But not saying I'm not loving the fact you guys are here. I appreciate it. Just hanging out with us is always an extra bonus. But, you got to take care of yourself as well. So, but yeah, the other big news about tonight, this is going to be the first night that we're going to get Bryan Danielson on commentary. So, makes me wonder what the setup's going to be. And then, yeah, just steady part of the course. Get yourself ready for the pay-per-view next week. And just keep pushing, keep grinding, keep working. And here we go. We are living it up for this. Not even showing the intro, just straight to the crowd. Oh, they got to put over Danielson on comment. This is cheeseball. Taz didn't want his Hall of Fame ceremony broadcast on TV, yet Danielson's going to come out here and do his... I love it when Danielson's out here just... WWE politely sent out a message saying, please don't do this anymore. He doesn't say yes, though, to it, so he lets the crowd do that. So Shivani is going to be sticking straight Saturdays, it looks like. They could always be switching it out, too. Like seriously, there is never a problem with them rotating staff members around because they've been doing that for a lot of this, right? So, oh, we're getting a great card to like. So from here next week we get a 3-hour show next Wednesday. So it's gonna be like Dynamite and Collision back to back. I do have something special planned, which I will let you guys know about following the conclusion of Dynamite tonight, as I'll give you the what's coming up deals. So, and I didn't even mention this match. Josh Alexander, Adam Page. This one will be fun. I love the fact that he's got his Blue Sky account on there instead of Twitter. Because Hangman doesn't use X anymore. No, this will be fun. Like every match here has a something special to it that is just gonna make it feel like it's a great match. Josh Alex actually gets his music tonight. The fact that he's going to have 3 guys in the back. So they're just going to, they're just doing this based out of the beatdown. Now, there is one thing I forgot that we talked about last week that I just bring up now. Alexander's debut was against Hangman Page, and I completely forgot. It didn't dawn on me about that. As Alexander was the wild card in the Owen Hart tournament, which Hangman subsequently beat. And of course, now it's history what happened. I appreciate this. If you're going to start a match that's supposed to be a grudge match, you do not start up with a collar and elbow, ever. The only time I'll give you an excuse for that, or a free pass, I would have to say is something like, oh God, Callis. But the only time you start with a collar and elbow is, say, like, you got 3 stages of hell, where, like, the first one is like a wrestling match. Well, this crowd is great. Alexander with the boot. Nice little takedown right into the ankle lock. Not bad, not bad. Not bad little sequence there. And he might be a standard bearer, but he also ate a right hand to the point where Alexander's smarting on his hand. Uh-oh, look out. A Brave Buster on the apron? That really doesn't do a whole lot when you're right even, right? Now Alexander's like, why aren't you cheering for me? Ha, dumbass. So, unfortunately, we do have some bad news to talk about as well. If you didn't hear the report that came out, I think it was late last week, early this week. Wardlow unfortunately suffered another shoulder injury just after his return to AEW. I love the fact he gets shot put right into the crowd and oh man, Danielson just ripping apart Callis right now. And even Callis is getting a good grit on it. Hey, Jay Quick, yeah. Wardlow is just, he's not going to fight the injury prone bug, right? Good to see you tonight, too, by the way. He's just not going to fight that, injury prone moniker. Like, I'm not going to blame him for going out and doing American Gladiators the way he did, but yeah, just as soon as he comes back to the ring, he gets injured, and it might be a while. Like, we are entering a phase where we are going to be out of quite a few wrestlers. But honestly, this does feel like, possibly in a way, like, in 2K25, the GM mode, when a lot of your top stars got used on that big show and now they can't work for a while. Hangman is getting ready. Oh, this is a very nice back and forth here. Once again, everybody, thank you for checking things out. Some nights we get more of a crowd than AEW does. I kid. I like how when Danielson's talking about the champion, he started deflecting Callis's question there. As it, like when he asked, what is Hangman's weakness? And Alexander's like, with Hangman, it's not about the weakness. It's what about you? What's your man's strength? And basically just shut Don up real quick. So Don's getting put into his place every single time here, and I love every second of it. But it's nice that Alexander's getting like a little singles run here a little bit. He's always been known as a tag team wrestler. He did have the run with the TNA world title for a while. And did a fantastic job there, but I don't know how much of a character got flushed out while he was champion. And I just see a lot of opportunities here as he goes, but being part of the Don Callis family, you have that extra mouthpiece, you have that extra exposure. Who's got the damn sign saying we want Jarrett? Whoever put that up should be driven out to the street and shot a little bit, I think. Well, at least by a few people here. I wouldn't mind seeing Jeff get out here, but Jeff at an ECW arena? That's like the King showing up at ECW in 97. They thought people were literally going to fight their way into the ring to go fight him, so. It's secretly Sanjay in the crowd. I was trying to figure out where the fight would be there. Would it be Sanjay or would it be Sanjay's fight with Lethal right now? That seems more like what's going on with that, so. It's hard to keep track when they're not on TV a whole lot, right? So there are some online promos, but Alexander going to work on Paige here right now. Alexander just, bring me with confidence here, and I love to see it. As just, just needs to be in that position where he can look like that here at AEW. And yes, people can say that's probably one of the bad things about being part of the Don Callis family is you don't get that immediate exposure like that. Especially when there's so many other members in the top end there. That post sounded like it unhooked the top rope there for a second. I love how they're trying to help justify what Callis is trying to influence what Fletcher did. Hangman firing up here. This is a good back and forth match to start off. Like, Yes, the champion should win. But also, giving an opportunity for Alexander to shine a little bit, not the worst thing in the world. Uh-oh, going up. Death Valley Driver right on the button. Yeah, I wonder we got to get to that spot where the ankle lock gets cinched in for a little bit. I am assuming that we're going to get Kyle Fletcher out here to break this up after. Gripping on the top rope for dear life. Oh no. That is a very nice counter of the buckshot. Little duck around into a German or 6. Sorry, just saw a quick note come up here. Just getting some notes getting together for the uh-oh. A T-bone into the barricade. That is not good. If it's that terrifying, why are you sitting at the commentary table? Go and check on your man, you son of a gun. Are they going to get a count out? Oh. I thought Alexander was going to sneak that out just for the hell of it. Hey, Nats fan, how you doing tonight? Good to see you here. The Going On full-time commentary is a great... Oh, God, here we go. Doing fantastic. Great to hear. Today's been an interesting day, to say the least. And I just want to throw a quick reminder off the top of the show here. From the top of the show. Oh, school is great, work productive. That's great to hear. Just a reminder, folks, we have enough politics in wrestling. We can deal with those politics. Let's keep all the other ones out today. If anything comes up, I'll stop and we'll shut it down for that. But just a heads up. Not that anybody's done it yet, but sometimes it's better to jump out in front of these things. But yeah, I had a full day of work of myself, so normally I don't, but that's fine. I'm not banning for that. It's just, everybody gets a warning. Just being polite about it, that's all. If I really feel bad about it, I'm just going to make it disappear. Yeah, I know this is an opening match to remember. The fact that we got Danielson pulling out commentary here, just talking about the little things here. Look, can we ban Cal? I think we already have. That's why you guys got me out here, so you don't have to listen to Callis as much. Oh my, Alexander, oh, that is a beautiful counter right there. Is Callis Manager of the Year? I think you'd almost have to put him there. Who else would you put there? Like Maxine? Heyman? Well, you also got to remember Heyman's men keep losing. And every time that they lose, he seems to switch houses. The best manager story point. Best manager story point I think you could give to Heyman with the double turn at Mania. I love Excalibur's actually got the proper name down with the C4. Deadeye in the apron? That's not good. Best dancer manager, Nana? Man, I'll give you that. No, great to have everybody here today. It's been a little crazy couple weeks here. Romero didn't get as much height as he was supposed to there. Saw the production. Oh, nice. All right, he's done. Alexander's done. Great for showing up. E for effort, but and Callis looks like he has the second half of his plan ready to go here. I was wondering where it was. The scope, that makes sense. Now that they're back in North America. And they're going to be sitting around the... they're going to be around the Midwest all the way up until next weekend, I think. Norfolk gets to have Lesnar. That should be interesting. But no, I assume we're probably going to get Fletcher and Hangman. Uh-oh, here we go. Hangman with a mic. Norfolk crowds historically... Yeah, that's true. Norfolk crowds know how to bring it. Like... Not too... He's so angry he's spitting. Can you imagine how Hangman was before? Like, go back 5 years and think about what Hangman was like. Yeah, I think we're gonna get that TNT versus AEW champion here. Not title for title. Trying to well, also makes me wonder what classes was he teaching? English? Well, he does do a decent promo. You gotta admit that. You know, he might be spitting a little bit, but lunch. Which teacher would be most perfect for lunch at AEW? Who would be perfect as an English? I really wonder because there's nobody really is a good lunch teacher. Ishii, that might be good. Nana, no, he's too busy selling wheat in the parking lot to all the kids. Brisk, oh my god. No, I think Briscoe would be a hell of a gym teacher. The amount of crazy shit that he would make everybody do. All right, I see this. And Fletcher's like, no, I got this. We're going to get a title match out of this. Just bring everybody ready to go. Saw this match in Norfolk back. Yeah. The semifinal that nobody ever thought that Hangman would win. Is Fletcher actually wearing socks? Or are those like pasty white socks? Where's your. That's what I thought! Where's his socks? Chant from the crowd. Let's go! Ha! Pop the crowd. Let's go! Yeah, this is going to be the match. I don't know if there's an ounce of shit in him, to be honest. Pardon the French, but arrogance was just. They're getting rid of Callis's chair. Thank God. You are simply not ready. There's got to be that one guy in the back of the crowd. Yes, he is. Who said that? That guy. Get him! Shout out to anybody that gets that reference. Okay. We're getting serious here. If you're not in this business thinking that you're ready to be world champion as soon as you get in the ring, I agree with that. Like, there's no reason you should be here. But, but, Socks. All right, I'll give the crowd a little pop for the socks. No callus. And find some socks. Is this a passing of the torch? No. This is a getting ready for it.
You left your house and walked into mine.
Mr. McGee just rolls in here with another sub, 42 months in a row. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I need you to find some socks. Line of the week. Simon Miller, mark that in. Line of the week. So yeah, they're running this back, and they did this last year too. TNT champion versus AEW champion. What this tells me is if they follow the same formula, we might get ENC Wrestling Connection as the main event. But how you doing today, McG? Hope you're doing well once again. 42 freaking months, so you get the brand new badge. Over the next 3 months, I need to get some commemorative badges going on and that. Mic drop. And I appreciate the crowd for like new badges. Hey. I appreciate the fan in behind Callis giving the bunny ears. It's the little things that make a crowd special. Yeah, this real. I wonder when Briscoe's going to give the stipulation to MJF. MJF, 24 hours after getting married. Get right back to you, buddy, with a stipulation. All right, what do you got? I like the fact you say he's dead. So did they divorce already or what? Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, so chat, what is the stipulation that they're going to throw out here? What is the stipulation they're going to have for this match between Briscoe and MJF? Contract on the line. I think that's an obvious one, but throw out some ideas. What kind of stipulation would you like to see? between MJF and Mark Briscoe. MJF screams Ric Flair and Piper. Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's a Southern wrestler, right? So he grew up on that style. So absolutely, he's doing a great job with that. So personally, I think, could they do a dog collar match to finish this off? I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it means that much to do that. But yeah, there's a stipulation between Briscoe and MJF that if you weren't here on Saturday, MJF screwed Mark out of a shot of the TNT Championship in a match against Takeshita. So Briscoe and MJF are going to have a match at All Out. And MJF agreed to a stipulate Iron Man match. I don't. Be a hell of an idea, but I don't know if you want to do that on a pay-per-view and not have it be the main event. That's why I was thinking dog collar more than anything else. 3 stages of hell, that would be a fun one to do. That would be an absolutely fun stipulation for those guys. Chicken soup match. Hey, let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's we gotta start using some of these other sounds I got on the board here a little bit more. So chicken soup match, you know. Let's see that a little bit going down here as we go. Wait a second. Oh, we got, you know, maybe we'll get a dog food match. So he gets ushered into a dog food have a kennel from hell match, you know, done right. Like, that's the one thing that gets me about. You remember in WCW with Dustin Rust? You mean the King of the Road match? When Barry Darsow and Dustin Rhodes both got fired after the match? Because it was so bad? Like, literally, both guys got fired after that match. Go to Delaware and run it back. Hey, why not? Mentioned that Mike Dustin tweeted recently he would like AEW to do. It's all right. I don't need to see the tweet. I believe you. If he wants that, well. I love how the Dark Order's like, no. You can sit somewhere else. Oh my God, Cutler just walked away on the Bucks. And Moxley shows up and everybody just bolts. So the Death Riders don't even want the money? Really? So literally, the Death Riders are doing this for shits and giggles. All right, first women's match of the night. This is interesting. Should bring back the Junkyard Invitational. Wait, Nats. Please confirm that Vince Russo is not still in your Twitter account or your Twitch account. Please confirm that. What? Here we go.
No, please, no.
That would be. There could be a dumb moment for that. What do you mean, bro? What are you talking about, bro? I love how Mercedes is constantly pissed about the fact that her entrance music keeps getting ripped up. So, you can't even get the... You couldn't even use the music of the number one contender. Like, I know it's a small detail, but... Are they just that short on time? And also, you know, maybe they forgot where Rio's music came from? See, I'll give WWE a little bit of credit. At least they're going to let AJ Lee get a pin before they have that title match with Becky there. So, want to give a little King of the Road Casino Gauntlet. Cars pull up on the side of the road. They head to the cage. Wow. Wow. This just keeps getting deeper and deeper. All right, this is early, but... No, you can keep going. I don't mind. Just, you know, crazy. I like these crazy ideas. You know what you're going to have to start doing? I wouldn't even mind doing that like in a universe mode. Down up. But almost like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love Riho and what she does in here, but Papa Briscoe's Farmhouse Brawl. Hey, could you imagine MJF getting put in a Papa Briscoe's Farmhouse Brawl where they literally have to show the video of it only? A hog pen ambulance match? It'd be interesting to say the least. Yeah, this is pretty awesome right here. Papa Briscoe's a good worker. Remember him? Well, I remember that little feud they had with the Jarretts. But I also remember Aubrey was a big part of that too. Rio just looks like she got a ton of ring rust. That's all to me. And Windsor just pops out of nowhere. I think you have to give Rio a win in this match here. If she ends up eating a loss, you're gonna have so many people listening out saying, look, why is there any reason Rio's getting this title match? Hell, even if Windsor gets the pin, then it still looks bad, right? Really? Emmy turning the team into a bow and she's making that team look stupid. Mercedes sharing the cigarette. See the article WWE pitched RVD. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all, Nats. Like, there's been so many crazy things that have been pitted here. And now the report that just dropped a couple hours ago that apparently after Vegas, they're going to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania, which the only advantage I can see out of that is the fact that it's going to be an afternoon WrestleMania, which I don't think we've had since WrestleMania 9, maybe. Like the first set of outdoor stadiums ended, I think it was 9. In Caesar's Palace. They ran that in the afternoon in the parking lot of Caesar's. Yeah, not at the casino parking lot. That's the funniest part about it. But yeah, apparently Riyadh's paying the money, so all the power to him. Like, if you want to go there, fine. If you want to stick around, fine. If you want to go to Europe, fine. The one that got me is I saw a report come down today from TKO President Mark Shapiro. Apparently, WWE is not charging enough for ticket sales. They're not generating enough revenue off ticket sales for WWE shows. Okay. I love when, people don't recognize what the market is. How high is he? The prices are higher. He still says they're not. They could be higher. Can you take me higher? I think the biggest problem Shapiro is going to figure out is it's a different demographic for WWE than it is for UFC. We're getting Billington Priest versus FTR again. Does that mean they're going to get the victory this time? Well, slow out of the gate sales. Well, until they consistently get slow out of the gate sales, you're not going to see much, right? Like, if people keep buying the tickets, they ain't going to give a crap. They're going to keep selling them for more and more and more. But yeah, I wait. I try to see whatever deals I can get. I know I'm doing the same thing right now with I'm doing the same thing with the TNA show coming up here on the 26th. I know I'm going. It's my freaking birthday. Of course I'm going to go to a wrestling show when they've come to Edmonton for the very first time. But I'm waiting to see what kind of deal I can get. Product isn't all that well. And of course, that's always open to interpretation, but I am in a somewhat of an agreement with you. Like outside of maybe one or two matches, WrestlePalooza will be decent, but the week-to-week product is just ugh. AEW's lucky, yeah. Like It's that hangover phase from All In, right? And Forbidden Door is basically a wash because you're trying to incorporate stars from another promotion. Like, I honestly think All Out is the bit of a turning point that they usually have. Like, they'll have a banger of a main event, which doesn't involve the world title. And now we're going to be able to start working things together. How many weeks? Hey, they broke that streak last week. They made... Well, I guess Shenanigans does count, but it's a no DQ match last week, so... Sakura's eating this pin. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. SOS! I was going to say that was the most awkward cover in the world right there. Interference still happened. Yes, 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 yes. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story here, McGee. Come on now. Homecoming does look good, but how many times are you going to use the returning stars to... So a single leg crab and a sharp... Okay, so yeah. Seeing these visual tap outs for Mercedes might actually help a little bit, but does anybody, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being most likely, 1 meaning not at all, what are the odds of Rio winning this match? Rio versus Mercedes. A 4? A 1? I would give it a solid 3 just for the shock value. I am so looking forward to MVP getting back in the ring again. I am so looking forward to this. I'll say this, I do think there's a chance to have Rio get a strap since she hasn't held one in 5 years. That's where to go there for that. You have tickets for London and Toronto now? If you don't mind me asking, McGee, it's just because we brought this up about the Norfolk Scope this Friday, where SmackDown is. How's the pricing on those tickets? Because Nats here said he was thinking about SmackDown, but then looked at him, and the cheapest are $220. $210, sorry. I'd say you're got to be pretty close to that for both shows combined. London was $85 for us. God damn. Let's just say that was a steal of a deal. 85 for floor, that is not bad at all. 210 for... Okay, so... And you're probably doing a pretty decent seat for Toronto, so... And I'm assuming those are going to be going pretty good just because of the CNC Wrestling Factory. More so than anything else. It sucks that Omega's not going to be there. Because, let's face it, Omega is injured, so... Lesnar effect plus scope only holds 10K. Well, there is a possibility that Toronto could be only using the bottom bowl. And then they might open up certain sections. Lower bowl, second row. Oh, okay, cool. So not the worst seats in the world. So I would say probably top seats might be 500. And realistically, if you want to sit front row ringside, $500 or something like that. And this economy isn't the worst thing in the world. It just sucks that, so many promotions just are pricing themselves out for fans. I'm not just talking about, we've talked about WWE. That's obvious. I'm even seeing indie promotions now where they're charging $50 for a seat. I get it. You got to pay the wrestlers, but unless you're doing WrestleMania quality shows for an indie show, that's pushing a little bit. I know the local ones here, one of them does 20, one does 25, one does 30. Then the other one does 50 to 80. I'm sorry. When you are getting... It's the problem of when you are thinking bigger than what you really are. It'll always cause you problems here, so... But the other thing is, if people are going to pay for it. A1 Wrestling usually does 40 for the front, 20 for the rest. Yeah. Well, there's one promotion in town here that does $50 for floor. They have about 25 to 30 seats for the floor. They have a VIP table section that's, I think, $250. And then other than that, they have a second floor balcony that runs for $30 period. McGee, this is where brilliance comes in. They didn't pay for the Hockey Night in Canada theme. TNT did. TSN and TNT had paid for the Hockey Night in Canada theme. So therefore, they get to use it. This is awesome. CNC Wrestling Factory, let's go. Yeah, no, they get... good old Stokely. Hey, Pure Later guy, going to cash again. AEW does not have a green shirt guy in Philadelphia. They have a Pure Later guy. You get no hose. Clap, 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 clap. Shock they can show the long hair. Those are from the Indies, Nats. Those weren't from WWE. Those are from the Indies. The pre-WWE. When Cope and Christian, Hart and Sex Castle, that's what it was running in Winnipeg. The Death Tours, and I'm sure Callis had a whole bunch of them, so that makes a lot of sense, actually. Really? Everybody in this crowd wants to fight him. It's FedEx Place still. We got Peggy signs. Shout out to Affiliate Paid. Oh my God, they just laid out a cameraman. Now Dax going after the production crew? Dax is trying so hard to be the 90s Dudleys. Well, that's the kind of heat you want around here, right? Now Stokely wants some smoke. Renee loves this. And MVP's like, oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Oh, this is going to... Folks, you got your popcorn ready? That kid tried to show some love, and Ricochet said, get off of me, punk. Not CM. But yeah, this will be a wrestling classic here. This is what ECW was all about in this building. It was about, you could have the violence, you could have the craziness, you could have the insanity, but you'd have matches like this. So did they throw Shelton's old music out before this crowd just took over it? Oh, Shelton, I am looking forward to this. Get out there and just rip them. And Ricochet just said, nope, I ain't waiting. Oh, this, I don't know what else to say other than the fact this will be fun. I don't know if we ever saw this in WWE. But Shelton, oh, they can't use the bald chant here. Because everyone is bald. Everyone is bald. Daniel said, calling out the baldies here. Not that other. Oh, God. And I love the fact that Shelton just said nope. Just a hell nope. Ricochet's got to realize, he's got to stay on this. Because the one thing about Shelton, once he gets going, he's going to make you look stupid. Like Taz is bang on there. Like there is a reason why this gentleman was an All-American wrestler in the University of Minnesota. Like picture coming into a wrestling meet, like one of those amateur wrestling meets in college. And the two people you got to face in the heavyweight division, Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar. Like, the best thing you're going to do, get the hell out of town as fast as you can. Because if he's managed to live, you're not getting any points. The only points you might get are from deductions for the referee for the extra brutality they're doing to you. T-Bone! Jesus! That's not even really a suplex. That's just a wee! Wee! Shelton is just such an ultimate combination. Like, when he's called the gold standard, there is a reason behind that. Not just because of that ugly gold hair he used to have. All right, here we go. Picture in picture once again. But like I said, this match will be pretty spectacular. I think it's lived up to the billing so far. Like, you have Shelton who makes just one little mistake here or there, and everybody's just all over it like a dirty shirt. Ricochet reacting to everything and just being relentless here. And when he's not relentless, he's hitting something so high impact that it don't matter. Now you got Ricochet just laying things on here. Like, this is a hell of a lot of fun watching this going on. This little cat and mouse game here between Ricochet and Shelton. It seems like we're starting to fit in a lot of these dream matches that we weren't expecting a lot a few years ago, but now we're starting to get a little more of these. I do hope eventually they do get into Bobby and Shelton individual runs, not just a tag team run. Oh, Renee's fired out the Hockey Night in Canada themed tweet about that promo there, as we saw earlier. Oh my, just such nostalgia ties for everything. And this is the one thing I appreciate about AEW more than anything else. They get the little details. They get the understanding. Like, people can bug us about Tony Khan being the ultimate nerd all they want. If you sit down and look at it, like, yes, it's not always perfect. It's far from perfect in many ways. But all these cards that TK is throwing out, they're just fun. Like, there's not a lot of chafe, I think is the best way to put it. There are, like, we can get picky on some of the details, like I was mentioning earlier. getting Windsor's music out for the entrance for their tag team, I would have tried to push a little bit harder to put, oh God. Would have tried to use Rio's music instead. Just try to push her as much as you can. Interesting type of cover there. Ricochet, are you sure you want to try and do that to him? Oh my God, this crowd. We bald people. We bald people. We bald people. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% bald. I'm more the Hulk Hogan haircut, which means that's why I shaved all this. So I don't have to look like him. Oh God. Shelton pulled off these suplexes like they're nothing. Even Redsburg's looking at this like, eh. Shelton and Ricochet are cooking out there. This crowd's being fed well tonight. That's for damn sure. Oh my God. Folks, do yourself a favor. If you haven't followed Nyla Rose, please do so right now. The hell with it. We're here. We're in an ad break, so you know the dedicated ones will hear this. Nyla Rose. And the way Renee put the tweet out, it's like, how did you like that HNIC theme on that promo? Nyla Rose turned around and said, I thought True Willie Hobbs was the HNIC. Head blank in charge. That's all I will say. Not saying that word. I will get killed on this stream. Somebody will clip it, whether it's live or whether it's VOD. Somebody will clip it, post it everywhere. And I don't feel like getting destroyed today. And now Ricochet going up like nothing. Oh, God. Spanish fly out of nowhere. This is just such a hell of a match here. This is awesome. So we got This Is Awesome and Bald Forever chants. Ricochet just magically having a pair of scissors everywhere. Oh my God, he could literally impale him right now and nobody would think twice. It's Philadelphia. It's like a transition move, isn't it? Yeah, I know. They can't talk about that chant. I'm with the guy in the back row. He's like, you ripped them apart. Now you got two blades. What are you doing, man? Well, this one's over. Well, nobody can ever say Shelton won't eat pins. Oh my God, MVP just waylaid that Kane. Oh my God, what a monkey flip by MVP there. And Ricochet just died. Toliona throwing a foam finger. That's what you call the meat division, folks. Meat, 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 meat. And Ricochet's half dead and he's getting carried out of the arena. Really, buddy? Okay. Folks, I think I can politely sum that promo up with
What the hell is that?
basically they're summarizing everything that Samoa Joe said just a couple days ago. And maybe it's time for me to go alone. Maybe it's not. The hell does that mean? Like, at least try to make a little bit of sense about what you're doing. Jeez. I do hope that Hook does find something going forward here. I think we're pretty much in a holding pattern until after All Out, so we got a week and a half to wait. But it almost feels like instead of the Death Riders taking on the Ops, it looks like it's going to be more of the Daniel Garcia, Hook, Orange Cassidy, and Darby, right? To me, at least. It almost feels like you do a blood and guts match with those four, like those 8 people. The only thing is, I think the Bucks have been involved in every single blood and guts match. So I don't know if they're like that's sort of a pride thing for them. For every Anarchy in the arena, they've been involved, and every blood and guts they've been involved. So I don't know if it's a necessity or if it's just a voluntary thing, but it would be interesting to see what they would do if they didn't have the Bucks in there. That's almost why I think in a quiet way they're using the Bucks in, like, say, this 10-man tag here tonight, which they very well could announce a blood and guts match tonight if this thing breaks down the way that it could. Could you imagine Brody King in a blood and guts match with all these guys? Yeah, someone gonna die. So I'm going down very quickly. But yeah, we only got 2 more matches left on the card here. So be interested to see how these goes. These should go a little longer, though. Sky Blue and Tony Storm in a street fight. And then that 10-man tag, which is going to be absolute chaos, I would imagine. Brodito and the Ops versus the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. All right, we're getting the title match. Long story short. Could we end up getting a Kyle Fletcher turn? I highly doubt that, but it could be worse. By the way, I'm loving the color scheme. It's better than what the Maple Leafs have right now. And it actually shows some winners on it. Oh, God. This crowd's all over it. Then they realize the women, they're going to be even more over it. What does Tony come dressed out as in this? Credit to Nats fans sending me this earlier. The Sicko Room. Oh, my God. She visited the Sandman earlier today. So she knighted the Sandman earlier this afternoon. But all the weapons already. All the chaos. Yep. Shout out to the Sandman. What the hell did she drink? Tony is the absolute best. Oh my God, Sandman signed that kendo stick. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, if this is what Sky wears to a street fight, I'm just going to sum this up in one simple phrase. Kyle Fletcher is a very lucky man. Like, Sky can wrestle, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, just what else can you say? If this is what she wears to a street fight, you know, normal matches, a little different, like, all right. AEW for the sickos. I really want to get that shirt. I just got to wait for payday to do that. Tony, I love you. Yeah. Tony is just so great. This whole women's division, like, they have put themselves in such a high level right now. Shout out to New Jack. Can't play the guitar, but can play a stop sign. Oh my God, a hip. I love how Taz called that one Staple Ass Jones. What else can you call it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Sky going crazy with a stapler. Juice Robinson. Very lucky man as well. But he's going to be doing some TLC tonight after this match. Oh my God. Oh, this is amazing. This is 15 stars. All the stars. That Stapler's the MVP of the night. Oh my. You know, Sky Blue has always been known for her deathmatch work. Or street fight work, sorry. I guess not deathmatch. But yeah, just watching these two go at it, it's just. And you know what? When you do something like this, she's getting hit with all the greatest hits right now. You do a match like this, it's actually like, I don't want to say easier, but as a wrestler, getting hit in the back with like a flat object isn't exactly the worst thing in the world to happen to you compared to being dumped on your head 6 or 7 times a match. When I say 6 or 7, I mean like 20 or 30. What is she grabbing now? A VHS tape. Well, I guess with ECW, the history of tape trading, it actually makes a lot of sense to do that. So you gotta love some of the nostalgia stuff that they got in this matchup. DDT out of the briefcase? At least I think that's a briefcase. RJ City audition tape. Oh my God. There is so, like, they're having so much fun with this. And that's what you do in a street fight like this. Like, are there real stakes? The only stakes that are really involved here is the fact that Sky Blue's out here softening up Tony Storm for the 4-way match coming up next weekend. Which I totally expect to see Tech Cloud here after the match, as well as Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. Are they going to try to do a pile driver on the apron? Somebody's doing the splits on that apron. That's all I can say. It just makes way too much sense for that not to happen here. We come back from picture in picture here. Oh, I think Sky lost her balance, so they just reset the spot. That works out. All right, they both crotched themselves, which is going to doubly hurt after the staples. The hell? Generational heartthrob Tony Schiavone. Oh my God. Generational heartthrob Tony Schiavone. Like the ultimate. Oh God. Now she eats that sign. You know, last week, random move. Timeless Tony Storm presents I Smell a Rat. Oh my God, they got a cheese check going. Oh my God, Excalibur getting over the crowd. Uh-oh. Who's eating this? Oh God. See, you know, realistically, it doesn't hurt a whole lot. But the thought of it, it's just like having Legos out there instead of tacks. Everybody's had their hand caught in a trap once in a while. Oh, God. I am the table. They made that table a little bit too sturdy. I love Taz. He's like, yeah, I've been through tables. They hurt. I've been hit by tables that don't break. They hurt. Oh my God, the crowd watched cheese.
One more for the good guys.
William Kin, thank you for following. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Players Pit. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the company. Watch out for the punch. I think it might have been spiked. No, this has been fun. Like, sometimes you just got to sit back and have some stupid fun. And that's exactly what's going on here. Sky Blue kicking out real quick. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Electric bug zapper. Here we go. Taz has never had an electric fly swatter before. She's hardcore. She's hardcore. This crowd is eating it up. Is it the best match in the world? Yes. Yes, it is. You're not superplexing that way. Chicken endos. Tony eating everything tonight. Ate the table. Ate the garbage can. I guess it really does come down to that old adage. You smelt it, you dealt it, right? But William, I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope everybody's doing great. This is a fun match to watch. Oh, tried to do the... 2,300 arena for the sickos. Jeez. That pile driver into the chair, that'll do it. Sky's always amazing in these matches, but she never freaking wins. 16 stars, 18 stars. Let's just keep going. And of course, here comes Tekla and Julia, just as I called. We're gonna get Jamie out here. We're gonna get Chris out here. There's Stat first. And as soon as Jamie's music hits, this place is going to go nuts. Jamie fighting in those boots. That's impressive. Anybody who's got that bully face LaGreca heel side should be torn up in the streets and shot. Well, in the game of Minecraft. Oh boy. You effed up. You effed up. So what do they got planned now? As Tony starts doing your best Mortal Kombat finisher pose. I'm standing up, but I can't do anything. It's going to say, don't lift it over your head, then we know you're not winning. This makes you wonder what's really going to happen here. We're finally going to get it? Okay. Yeah. Oh, Renee. So when are we getting this Marina and Marina Willow match? Is that on Saturday? I would assume so at this point. All right, last commercial break of the night. We're cruising into the finale here, and yeah, as tradition here, we give you a bit of a rundown of what we're going to be doing here for the next few days. And I said I had a special announcement, so I will have a special announcement. Coming up in the lineup tomorrow, special time announcement. We're doing the afternoon tomorrow instead of the morning. Looking at probably around 3 p.m. Eastern, Horizon Forbidden West. We're going to be dealing with the Adventures of Aloy and see how things happen there. Bonus stream on Friday. And I can't believe I'm doing this. 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Mountain. Nintendo announced another Nintendo showcase. And this is directly with games. So we are going to get some doozies here coming up. So join me for that. Then we're going to hit some Horizon Zero Dawn once again. Saturday night, we will be here with AEW Collision as well as another round of My GM, the solo run. And then, forgive me, sorry, chat. Next Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be returning with Mutant Football League. Snuffalo Thrills, we started out at 1-1. We ended up losing to the LA Rams equivalent. And then we beat the Jets, which no big feat, but we're 1-1. We're getting into the meat of the season. 13-game season. We got to work on making the playoffs here. That's going to be on Sunday. That's where our normal spot is going to try to be there. No stream Monday. TBA stream Tuesday. In other words, I don't know if I'll be streaming on Tuesday for sure or not. But then next Wednesday, and this is where the special announcement comes in, the September to Remember Dynamite. It's going to be 3 hours. They're putting Collision right after Dynamite. It's a tradition they do when they come to London and come into Toronto there. And following that, rather than WWE 2K25 My GM mode, we are going to be getting into, since we only have an hour roughly, because I don't want to let you guys run too late, we're going to be playing a little Retromania Wrestling. It is a equivalent to, it's a spiritual successor to WrestleFest in the arcades. And basically, it's a big beat 'em up that has some new DLC dropping coming up this Saturday. So we're going to check out the DLC. We're going to have a little bit of fun with that. Then, of course, Thursday, we got... Thursday, we're going to be run regularly. And then the Saturday, 11 a.m. Well, we're going to be 10:30 my time. We're going to be here with our pre-show getting ready for All Out. We will be here for... Oh, my goodness. Okada's involved in his own tournament. Takeshita Bowers... Or Bowen, sorry, and the Beast Mortos and Mascara Dorada. Did they just say that they're doing one on... What the hell? They're mugshots? So they literally are doing their mug shots for their entrance on this one. Holy crap. Now the whole crowd's going nuts over the Death Riders. All right, just a quick note. We aren't going to be doing my GM tonight just because I'm pooped. And couple guys had a couple things come up tonight. So we're going to do our season 2 finale coming up in 2 weeks. Or we might find a special time where we all could do it. I would like to have more than just 2 of us running it for the last run for the season. That coffin match is going to be you notice that they're putting it in red while all the other matches are in blue? I really wonder if we're going to get a hunting rifle for this match. Darby's got to do something like that. But I find it really interesting that during the show, Mox turned around and said, "You guys can have the money. We don't care." Joe is just so over. He's like the automatic over in these places. And you got to admit, a 10-man tag might be a hell of a way to finish off this run here. Get rid of the goddamn sign. I love it. Get it out of the picture frame. I love that they're using fan art for their logo. Did you guys hear the story that Bandito said? I believe it's on a Mexican newspaper that he'd like to become a belt collector too. So would be interesting to see them go around collecting titles as well, but. But you know where this belt collector thing comes around? It's not something that it's new to wrestling. It absolutely is. But when it comes to boxing, like that's what you do. You collect belts from everywhere. And Yuta's getting the hello to you already. All right, I want to see this. I want to see the Bucks of Brodito. If they end up getting the title match at the pay-per-view, could you imagine? Like, And they just put on a banger match. Like, I expect them to put Brodito over if that was the case, but just seeing that as a possibility for it. Attaboy, Rick. Oh, time for everybody to start barking. Let's go. Uh-oh. Cannonball! Well, I guess a little senton instead, but still. Bandito does it. Oh, that sucked. Wheeler taking his time. Wheeler getting his butt kicked. And here comes Joe. My God. Just watching everybody just soaking it in right now. Just soaking it in. Joe's just one of those guys. Like, seriously. Take that toe hold and shove it up his ass. That is, that's some of the best commentary I've seen in a while. Damn, damn, damn. Didn't want to go for the cover, go in for Claudio instead. That's actually a very smart move. So, yeah, we're going to have a whole lot of coverage here for AEW next week. 3 hours on Wednesday. I hope to have a special video done up later on. I'm hoping to get it up for Friday. Sorry, for me, it's more, I'm so worried about being a perfectionist rather than just putting it out there. And you guys will see why when I get it put up, right? And Moxley's like, nope. All right, here we go. Hockey. Line brawl. Line brawl. And the Bucks are like, do we really want... The Bucks versus Hobbs and Brody? Yeah. No, they're just, no. Well, they weren't dumb. You got to admit, Bucks are pretty smart there. Just, they don't want to deal with that. Brody and Hobbs working well. Well, Brody and Blank works well. All right, let's just say, yeah, we're not dealing with the guys on the inside. Let's just take it to the outside. Don't go to commercial yet. Now you can go to commercial. Thank you for frickin' fixing that for the first time in forever. Ugh. AEW is always famous for their production work. They'd hit a big move, go for a cover, go to commercial before the cover's up. then you know they're not winning. Like, take your time, get it all done. All right, well, Nick once again missing a move. And Moxley just being the voice of reason, just comes in and just absolutely clocks Bandito. Like, who the hell did that? I don't know. Now Yuta gets the chance to get the booze for the next couple minutes here just to get things through here. Nice suplex going over into the tag to Moxley here. Yeah, like overall, like tonight, we're probably setting up, like Darby's probably going to come out to end the night, I would imagine. But this very well could set up a tag title match if the Bucks end up getting the pin in this match. And honestly, even if win or lose, having the Bucks versus Brodito, I think that'd be a hell of an addition to that card. Because let's face it, we are going to have to worry about stacking that card a little bit. AEW, we never have a problem with their pay-per-views. But think of it now. Think of it now with this big card that they're planning for WWE for WrestlePalooza that night. And it comes down to the most valuable commodity that people have these days. It's not money. It's time. If you don't have the time, you're not having a super duper time, then you're not going to stick around and watch. And you only have so many hours of the day you can watch wrestling, right? I know it's a Saturday, but it's also a college football Saturday. NFL's on Sunday, so you know that's a wash for a lot of people. So you just need to be ready to set up properly here. As we come back from picture in picture here. But once again, everybody, just thank you for being here. I know it's a little crazy this time of year, but it's always great to have you around. And Brody's there just for the save. But I'll say this right now, and I'll make it an extra opinion of it. Brody King may be, if not, he may be an absolutely fantastic wrestler, but I do think he is the best tag team wrestler in the world. Just straight up. No matter who he's with, he makes him look like $1 million. All right, that looked cool. Hobbs with a hot tag. Even big guys like Moxley and Claudio selling for him. Attaboy. I love the fact that Danielson put over Claudio there and not Moxley. Beef, beef, beef. Big Willie Hobbs, old Marina. Oh, Wheeler. Yeah, I think you are right. He does need a bigger chair. Hobbs is like, no, 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 we're gonna have a hot tag right now. Jesus. Brody just charges in like a. Brody's going to do the back racer later. You can't resist it. Young Buck Steve, the old. That's right. It was the old Dynamite song from 2020. Here it comes. Nope, blocked. Cutter by Mox. Oh, here we go. Stuff's going to go loose right away here. No, Claudio couldn't do it. All right, that sucks. We couldn't get the big spot off. Jeez, everybody just throw a special out. What the hell? It's a problem with power moves. 95% of the time they're great until they're not. There it is. There's the pins. Tag title match coming. You could see it coming right now. Buck's taking that money and running like hell. So yeah, we're going to hear what Briscoe's going to do on Saturday. Watch it be Tony Cobb Bucks. What I want to see Brody take that money and literally throw it into the crowd. Death Riders versus the Ops. All right, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going. So is this where Hook comes back for the save? Nope, Darby. I knew it was Darby, but had to be Darby. Well, Moxley wants to make somebody. He's going to make Darby whether he likes it or not. This might be the most vicious match in AEW history. With the way these sickos will go. Oh my God. Oh my God, he finally pulled the trigger. They finally pulled the trigger. What are they? Are they going to Pillmanize? Are they going to Pillmanize Darby? No, they're going to do the Dragon Tamer. Oh, curb stomp. Never mind. He missed. He missed the chair. I think that might be the only thing that saved his ass there. He's like, no, you're going to fix this right this time. Nope, did not miss the second time. You know what? I guess this isn't the worst thing in the world to happen, but now we're going to have to figure out what Matt Menard's going to say about this. You can tell this crowd is so flat right now because of this. Like, there's a lot of boos, but there's a lot of, what the hell did we just see here? So not the... You know what? Going away. What'd you guys think of the show tonight? Give me your thoughts in the comments here. I think they set up enough. Early little teasers there about the AEW Women's title match, the TBS title match. We're okay there. We finally got the confirmation of Fletcher versus Hangman for the pay-per-view. A few segments that just confused me a little bit, but like that Hook segment, just okay. And then, yeah, just I think Shelton and Ricochet ended pretty much the way we all expected, with the eventual interference spot and Ricochet winning just so they could get ready for the pay-per-view there. And I would have liked to see a little bit more out of MVP, just because we haven't seen MVP wrestle in, well, hell, forever. But then that ending there, like, yes, Brodito and the Bucks, it looks like we might be setting up for that title match. But then also we get, now that Garcia's involved, where do we go with that? Is it going to be Garcia, Yuta, and Claudio as a trio? Are we going to get Yuta and Garcia working as a tag? Which, honestly, take the gimmick out, that is a hell of a tag team. Just the way they're going here. Do they look at, maybe they're bringing in a new group, right? It almost feels like they're bringing in 2.0, or they're bringing in their next wave. And that very well could be Statlander too, right? Like, if they're going to do Willow and Marina, it wouldn't surprise me if Statlander gets involved by the end of it. So, all in all, like I said, that ending left me with a little bit of I don't think there was enough fire on Garcia for everybody to really hate him that much on it. And the fact that it came out of the blue, I think this sort of, how do I put this the best way? This Philadelphia crowd, while it was into it, I think you needed a bigger crowd to get the pop off on that. A lot of people were shocked about it, don't get me wrong. But when 900 people are shocked about it versus 3,000, 4,000, whatever they get for one of their bigger venues, that the effect on TV would be a little bit more different. And I think that was a little bit important, but it's all about what happens next. Like, what are they going to do with Garcia? What are they going to talk about on Saturday with Garcia? What are they going to do next Wednesday? Because next Wednesday they got 3 hours of coverage. So We get a lot of insanity coming up next Wednesday, especially when it's a September to remember. But I think with that being said, that's going to wrap up the show tonight. And quick little show note, we're not going to be doing my GM tonight. Unfortunately, 2 of my 3 guests confirmed that they couldn't make it, and the third one was doing some recording and was going to be probably coming in late. So just to save everybody the headache, we're going to cancel tonight. I might reschedule it for this Saturday if everybody's willing, but if not, we'll just wait for 2 weeks to finish off season 2. And we'll reevaluate after season 2 and see what we want to do from there. But I think that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. If somebody's to raid out tonight, for those on YouTube, we're going to send you guys out post-haste here, but we'll send you guys out exactly at the same time. Oh, yeah. I got a friend of mine that hasn't been streaming a whole lot, but she is getting back into it. Her name's CL Valkyrie. She's doing some she's drawing some emotes tonight. Nothing too crazy, nothing too insane, but definitely somebody I want to support going forward here. So make sure you give her a follow. Make sure you say hi when you're over there. And she'll be going on for a little bit here, I do believe. Yep, drawing some little detailed emotes. So we're going to send you guys over there. For those on YouTube, we're going to send you guys to the sky, and we will see you on Saturday. Let's get the outro music going here. I will be on tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning. They're doing a fire inspections in my place, so unfortunately that didn't happen. We'll be on with Horizon Forbidden West over on the Twitch channel. Friday morning, we'll be here with the Nintendo Direct, bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. my time. And then Saturday, we'll be back here with Collision, and let's see what the final show from Philadelphia is going to bring for us. As always, folks, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. And always remember, be part of the solution. And we'll see y'all here next time on the Mike Drill Twitch channel and the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.